The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
A very pleasant good morning, racing fans, and welcome here to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. This past Saturday, we hosted the 19th edition, Dick, the 19th edition of Pennsylvania's Day at the Races for the second straight year. Purses top $1 million for the day. We'll have all the highlights over the next 30 minutes. We'll also head up to Saratoga for our national coverage, the Grade 1 Whitney, the Grade 1 Test Stakes, and we'll spend a few minutes with Bob Hutt. All Bob Hutt does is own the best sire in the Commonwealth, and he had a big day here on Saturday afternoon. We'll talk to Bob in just a little bit. Hi, everybody. Keith Jones down at the beautiful first floor here at Parks Racing. My friend Dick Girardi. And Dick, before we get to Pennsylvania Day at the Races,
Yes.
It was a pretty big day on Saturday. Over the weekend up at Saratoga, my Juliet goes into the Racing Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it was actually the day before. It was Friday, Keith, but yeah, it was a great weekend at Saratoga. And not only did my Juliet, the first Parks-based horse, was Keystone back then to go in the Hall of Fame, but another Parks Hall of Famer, Tony Black, was up there to accept on her behalf.
You don't think Tony gives a good speech, do you?
No, he's one of the best.
Here's more with our man, Tony Black.
My Juliet came in an era where the women's rights movement and the women's lib movement was just starting to get strong in the mid-'70s. Well, as you know, with the introduction, she was never intimidated by gender. She beat the boys and she beat the girls. She was just a wonderful horse to ride. You know, there was a show on TV at that particular time, and it was called The $6 Million Man, the Bionic Man. You know, and we nicknamed her the Bionic Filly because after the operation and putting 2 screws in her cannon bone, that's when she reached the pinnacle of her career, the highlight of her career. That's when I got the opportunity as a test pilot to ride her. And she was just a wonderful horse to ride.
I know Tony had a great time, and Dick, now that we have my Juliet in,
Yes.
it's time to do something about Smarty Jones.
Yeah, he hasn't even gotten on the ballot yet. The nominating committee, of which I am not part, for some reason chose to put the filly Rags to Riches on the final ballot this year. She doesn't have anything like the race record of Smarty Jones, nor the impact of Smarty Jones. Need to get him on the ballot. I think if he gets on the ballot, he'll get through, because I think the people that vote for him will get him there. It was interesting too. Craig Perrette got in this year.
Yep.
I voted for Craig for 15 years. I have no idea what took so long. He's one of the greatest to ever ride.
We'll take Pennsylvania's Day at the Races, as I mentioned, the 19th edition, and the guy who's always here for Pennsylvania Day at the Races is the executive secretary himself, Brian Sanfratello. And Brian's like everywhere
It's
here.
his day.
Yep, and let's go get more on the big day from our friend Brian Sanfratello.
It's been a fantastic day here. This is the second year in a row that the purses were over $1 million. All of our races were between $66,000 and $80,000. We have 5 PA bred stakes races of $100,000, and this means so much to the state. Agriculture and jobs, and we have 450 breeders up here at the track on the 3rd floor having a fantastic time.
And Dick, always on the big day, there's dignitaries that come out, and we had to say goodbye to a very important dignitary here this weekend, Gary Babin, who is a lobbyist who has done so many wonderful things for the industry up in Harrisburg. And Sal DeBunda was here with Gary, and Danny Gibson had a chance to talk to those two about racing here and Gary's retirement.
I'm with PTHA President Sal DeBunda and lobbyist Gary Babin. Gary, you've had an incredible career. You are an integral part of horse racing for the state of Pennsylvania. Tell us what it has meant to you to work with the organization, the PTHA.
Well, to see the growth that Sal was able to achieve through the passage of the Gaming Act that increased the purses. I mean, the purses drive the industry. And to be able to provide the health care and pension for the individuals involved in putting on this show, and to actually get to learn more about the thoroughbred industry while I got to represent them up in Harrisburg, it's just been tremendous to see the end result.
First of all, he, like most lobbyists, he knows the nuts and bolts of being a lobbyist, but what he brought to us that I think that the others did not get was basically passion for the business and a willingness to learn from us and listen to us not just say, well, this is how we do it in Harrisburg.
Hard to thank Gary enough for what he's done up in Harrisburg for the industry, and it's sorry to see him go, but we wish Gary Babbitt the very best. Want to get to some action?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, $500,000 stakes. We're going to start with the banjo picker, 6 furlongs, $100,000. And Dick, it's the entry, the Ed Coletti Uptown Charlie Brown entry, number 1 Midnight Charlie, number 1A Midtown Charlie Brown. This is the 3rd straight time they've been sent out as an entry, all of them in stakes. The first time, Midnight Charlie won the Lyman, and then Midtown Charlie Brown comes back and wins up at Penn National.
And they're full brothers by Uptown Charlie Brown. Midnight Charlie's 4, Midtown Charlie Brown is 5, and good luck to you when they're running.
Well, Midnight Poker's in here too, so that's a problem. The Man is the second choice here at 2-1, and Dick, all he's going to try to do is win his 3rd straight banjo picker.
Yeah, I mean, the Man is closing on $500,000. He is owned by Bob and Jill Baffert and trained here brilliantly by John Service.
One of the best races of the day. Here's the banjo picker. And on the inside, it's Midtown Charlie Brown. On the outside, Cowboy MZ. Those two going head to head. They've opened up about 4 on the Man who's down inside. This cat can jump now 4th on the outside. And then it's Long May You Run in Midnight Charlie. Cowboy MZ continues to tussle with Midtown Charlie Brown. Those two turn to half in 44-3. And they come off the turn on even terms, and they're 5 clear of the rest. Cowboy MZ on the outside. Midtown Charlie Brown on the inside. Just inside the gate pole now, Midtown Charlie Brown has put it back in front. The Man is trying to get involved late on the inside. Midnight Charlie is also there. Midtown Charlie Brown has the lead. The Man, Midnight Charlie, both gaining late. They're coming down to the finish. Midtown Charlie Brown held on. Well, a terrific finish here, Dick. Number 1A Midtown Charlie Brown desperately trying to get to the wire. Midnight Charlie up the rail. The Man's coming on. And Midtown Charlie Brown holds on to win it by a diminishing neck. Dick, Midnight Charlie got up for 2nd. The Man finishes 3rd. Dick, Midtown Charlie Brown, Midnight Charlie 1-2 here in the banjo picker.
And the full brothers by the hottest stag here in the state are over 700,000 in earnings, and they don't look like they're through yet.
We talked about Bob Hutton. Bob is going to talk about the race here and his success with Uptown Charlie Brown in just a little bit. We'll have him coming up at the beginning of our 2nd segment. Dick, the big turf sprint is the Marshall Jenny 5/8 on the grass. The grass was labeled as good. A big favorite here, number 9 Smokin' Nitro, was off at 3-5 for trainer Jamie Ness. Now, Dick, last time out he was in the Grade 3 Parks Dash. He finished 3rd behind 2 really good turf sprinters. Yes. And I wonder whether that brought the price down. And you know, he was a pretty distant 3rd, and you could make the case that he finished 3rd because the others didn't handle the soft going.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure why he was 3-5. I didn't have a problem with the horse being favored, but yeah, I think that's right. They saw Pure Sensation and Rocket Heat, and they associated Smokin' Nitro. Well, the only association he had with those two that day, he was on the same course. He got crushed.
Second choice, number 5 Fielder, is 9-2 for trainer Mariah Montoya. Expect him to be running late.
He always does.
Well, let's get the Marshall Jenny. This was another great finish. Dancing Bull, Smokin' Nitro head-to-head up front. Hollywood Talent has dropped back 3rd on the inside, Fielder 4th. Smooth B begins to gain on the outside 5th. After that comes Amblin Man. Winning the medal is still about 6 lengths out of it midway on the turn. And then it's Rapidez and They Shot Sunny. They approach the top of the stretch. Smokin' Nitro has taken the lead. Here comes Hollywood Talent on the outside. Middle of the course, it's Smooth B. Amblin Man, Fielder both in with a shot. Furlong to go. Smokin' Nitro. Hollywood Talent surging alongside. Amblin Man coming up the inside. Fielder, Smooth B on the outside. Hollywood Talent now has the lead. On the inside, Amblin Man is 35-1 on the far outside. Smooth B, they come to the finish. It's tight. Well, Dick, what a tight finish. Amblin Man 38-1 on the inside. Number 2, Hollywood Talent 12-1 for Carlos Guerrero. And as you watch the slow-mo, Hollywood Talent has his nose down just at the right moment. Gets the nod, pays $26.20 to win. Dick won an overlay here. This horse missed it by a length in this race last year, and today you get 12-1.
Yeah, did people miss that? I mean, he only had 1 race in a year. It was the previous Saturday. He was off the turf. He ran terrible, but he's a turf horse.
Yes.
And great job by Carlos Guerrero and 10-strike Marshall Graham. They brought this horse to run specifically in this race last year. He almost won. They waited a whole year to get him back, and they got the money.
Yeah, let's get more from our man, Carlos Guerrero.
He likes the soft grass, and I was like, man, this grass is soft. I told my rider, just break and go. I said, he loves the grass, the soft grass, and he seems to love it. So I'm just so happy that he did it.
And our thanks to Danny Gibson for helping out with our interviews in the winner's circle. And Dick, that's a tough beat for the people of Amblin Man.
I mean, it's not that many chances you have to win a stake at 38-1, and then you think you have won it, and then they tell you you didn't win.
Well, Dick, let's get to our first break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing. Bob Hutt joins us, the man behind Uptown Charlie Brown Stud. We'll be right back after this.
It's a Smarty Party at Parks Racing Labor Day.
Smarty Jones!
Get up close and personal with the Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner. Remember this? Don't miss this historic occasion as Smarty will parade one final time down the stretch to celebrate his 15th anniversary of horse racing immortality. Free family fun, plus the Grade 3 Smarty Jones Stakes and 6 other exciting races as well. Yes, Smarty is back at the track. See him live one final time, only at Parks Racing Labor Day. Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stable.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. Time for our special interview segment today. It's a great pleasure to welcome in the managing partner of Uptown Charlie Brown Stud. It's Bob Hutt. Bob, another tremendous afternoon for your outfit here on Saturday afternoon. You have to be extremely pleased with what you have accomplished with your program.
Absolutely. Just a great credit to our trainer, Ed Coletti Jr., and the late Alan Seawald, who said Uptown Charlie Brown was the best horse I ever owned. Turned out he was right, but as a stallion. And we're just thrilled.
Tell us a little bit about the partnerships that you have developed and how many people are involved and what exactly goes on.
Too many. It all started with about 10 partners after my father passed away, and Alan Seawald said, why not start a partnership for people who just want to put up a couple of $100 to get into racing? And today, it's not a couple of $100, but $1,100. But those people now have stake winners, graded stake winners. We've been winning at 30% for the last 3 years. We're in the top 1% in the nation. And I never got away from it. Basically, it's for the everyday fan who wants to become involved in racing. All they have to do is visit utcbstud.com. And it's just been a tremendous ride. We've been blessed. I don't think too many people know, but the top stallion in America today is Curlin, who has an AEI, average earning index, of 2.3. Second is Tappet at 2.27. And the third stallion in America happens to be Uptown Charlie Brown at 2.2. However, the mares they're bred to, Curlin and Tappet are bred to the best mares in America, and their scores are higher than their AEIs, 2.35, something like that. And Charlie is bred to mares that are 0.77, meaning he has the highest ratio in North America, and he gets the results the same as the best stallions out there. And his average foals have been returning over $88,000 per foal.
And to see his full brothers run 1-2 here Saturday in the race, what was that like?
2 full brothers from an unraced mare who has no rating if you did a nick, meaning what it looks like. It was just beyond belief. And they have a full sister who is racing Tuesday afternoon, who's already won her stake in allowance conditions and has never been out of the money too. And just so the public knows, we just bought the 2-year-old full brother, Charlie's Assassin, who will be coming up to Parks. And from all reports out of Ocala, he may be another one in the family. He'll be the 4th in a row out of the mare Torchwood, who is just unbelievable. And we're partners with Ed Coletti's stepmom, Irene Coletti, who goes under the name Godric LLC.
Well, just one more thing before we let you go. We got to do something about these names here. We got Uptown, we got Downtown, we got Midtown, we got Midnight, we got Charlie. From an announce perspective, it's pretty tough, Bob, but I know that's not. But nonetheless, our congratulations to you. Another great day, and I'm sure there's more success coming your way with Uptown Charlie Brown Stud and a tremendous partnership.
And I have one thing, a little surprise for you that you brought that up, Keith. Start practicing now, because we got away from the Charlie Browns, and we have a little tongue twister for you that will be coming up here very soon. Start saying Rolls Royce Joyce.
we will be doing that. And maybe it'll be, well, we're not going to get a hello because you're going to be not going to be 20-1, but all the success you guys have had, continued success through 2019 and beyond. But thanks for joining us, and again, a great day here on Saturday afternoon.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dick. Thank you, Keith.
Well, let's get to more from Pennsylvania's Day at the Races in the segment brought to you by Chapman Auto Group. Unless our emblem is on the back of your car or truck, you probably paid too much. Well, we continue Pennsylvania's Day at the Races with the big turf race, the Mrs. Penny Stakes, 1 mile and 1/16th on the grass. The fillies and mares for $100,000. And Dick, a terrific favorite here. It's actually an entry of Advert and Imply being set out by trainer Bertie Houghton, but one is clearly better, and that's Imply. And Dick, she is just flat out good.
11 for 27 lifetime, Keith, and really good on the grass, 4 for 9. And when Bernie comes, he's always like it.
Second choice, number 7, Bayberry is 7-1 for your guy, Michael Dickinson, coming out of a winner to turf sprint at Monmouth Park and stretching out today.
It is my guy, Michael Dickinson.
Absolutely. Here's the call of the Mrs. Penny Stakes on the grass. She makes me happy, able to control the pace. The first quarter was 24-1. She'll go to the backside of the course in front just a length. Stalked by O'Patty second. Now the length and a half to Advert, who's third by a length. Just to the outside of her is her stablemate Imply, who is fourth with 5 furlongs to go and sitting just better than 3 lengths off the lead. Now the length and a half to Pink Elephant, then come Line of Music and Bill and Gloria. Bayberry is toward the back of the pack with better than 6 to make up. At the inside, the trailer is Gray's and Honor, a measured 49 3 for the half. She makes me happy, heads on to the far turn. It is edged away to lead it by a length and a half. O'Patty is now working harder to keep up second. Pink Elephant is on the inside, well within striking range. She's gaining third. And now here comes Imply, beginning to unwind with a bit on the far outside. She makes me happy. Hits the top of the stretch. Bracing for a challenge from the big favorite Imply, who's coming hard on the outside. Pink Elephant in behind those two. They come off the turn. Here comes Imply. Well, Pink Imply almost never runs a bad race. There's now 4 in a row, 1-5. The price base, $2.40 to win. Wins by 2. Number 4, Pink Elephant was second. She makes me happy was third. Dick Imply is just consistent, versatile. Like I said, just flat out good.
And too good for this bunch, for sure.
Well, here's more on the Mrs. Penny.
I was, a little bit worried for the pace, but once again, she turned from home, switched that lead, and coming from home, she just come from downtown, and she's been doing really, really good.
Dick, the big race long on the main track was the Roanoke Stakes, 1 mile and 1/16th for $100,000. And this race changed complexions when the big favorite, Monongahela, was 2-5 with the morning line scratched out.
Yeah, John Service was not unhappy. His brother Jason decided to send the PA bred up to the Whitney, where he was going to be a big price, and all of a sudden, Someday Jones is going to be a big favorite.
Well, Someday Jones is 6-5 for John, and Frankie Pennington's up, and he also is a tough hombre.
Yeah, he just runs terrific, one race after another, and he's out of Last Toots, who was a real good mare for Roy and Pat Chapman.
Second choice, number 3, Navy Commander, is 3-1 for trainer Butch Reed. And Dick, he had a terrific 3-year-old season, but he hasn't seemed to be able to capture that same form yet here this year.
0 for 3 with a couple of thirds, but yeah, not that same pop he had last year.
All of the Roanoke. Here's the race. So up front, it's Navy Commander. Navy Commander, a length on top, with Grasshoppin sitting a stalking second. Just in behind those two is Someday Jones third. Ruby Blue will be fourth onto the back stretch. After that comes Missing the Big Dog, who's about 2.5 lengths back between horses. Colonel Juan is at the back of the pack with almost 6 to make up. 24-1, the opening quarter. Up the back stretch, Navy Commander rides that sharp beginning. The lead, though, is only 3/4 of a length now. Grasshopper has moved in to be a closer second. Great trip so far for Someday Jones. After a 1/2 mile and 48 seconds flat, Someday Jones continues to close third down nearest the rail. Ruby Blue has fallen back just a bit. Missing the Big Dog, trying to get involved with a bit down at the inside. And Colonel Juan has been 6 throughout. So they round the far turn. Navy Commander trying to quicken on the lead. Navy Commander now edges out almost 2 lengths. Grasshopping on the outside second. Someday Jones comes off the inside for the final 3/16. Missing the Big Dog has dropped back to fourth. Here comes Someday Jones up after Navy Commander as they come to the last furlong. Someday Jones rolls right on by. Well, Dick, when you're favored, it's also not a bad idea to get the best trip.
Yes.
Someday Jones hits that perfect just off the pace inside trip and then blows by the ball. Wins by better than 6 at the end with Frankie Pennington up, pays $4.40 to win. As you said, John was happy that Jason went elsewhere.
Yeah, he was, and I'm not sure Jason's horse would have necessarily beaten Someday Jones because he was so good, 99 buyer, but I don't know that the margin would have been quite as big if Monongahela had showed up.
Well, here's more on the road up with Frankie Pennington.
He broke good. John said keep him in a forward position. He was sitting in a great spot the whole way, and coming up to the quarter pole. I asked him to get out and asked him to run, and he come flying.
And we'll wrap up Pennsylvania's Day at the Races with the main track sprint races, the Dr. Teresa Garofalo Memorial. And Dick, excellent field here, very evenly matched. Number 3, Sweet By and By, gets favoritism at 5-2 for trainer Steve Klasaris. Put together a good winning streak last year, and again hasn't been able to quite find that form yet.
Yeah, and Steve has had this bizarre year here where he's 1 for 41, but with a lot of seconds. It's just been strange. Just been very unlucky this year.
Number 2, Mess It Around, is 4-1 for trainer Tim Kreiser. We've seen her on the show before, and Dick, she is a terrific $15,000 claim.
6 out of 13 lifetime.
That is a good investment. Here's the call of the Garofalo Memorial. They have 3 furlongs to run. Zippers Hero on the inside, on the Talent the outside. They are head to head. 2.5 to Wildcat Combat, is trying to get involved with the bid down at the inside. A Fleet Tizzy still in with a chance and beginning to gain on the far outside. The field turns for home. On the Talent, a slight lead. Zippers Hero on the inside of Fleet Tizzy is on the attack now. On the far outside, Sweet By and By is kicked in with a late run. A Fleet Tizzy surges past the front runners with an 8 to go. Sweet By and By rallies late on the outside. A Fleet Tizzy in front. Sweet By and By is closing but running out of racetrack. A Fleet Tizzy at 7-1. Well, Dick, the Garofalo Memorial goes to number 7, a Fleet Tizzy. I thought this was an overlay. Looked like she had a chance. She was 7-1. Angel Rodriguez for Tyler's service.
Yes.
Pays $17.20 to win. Number 3, Sweet By and By, was second. And Dick, what a terrific day for the Service family. How about Joe Service celebrating his 88th birthday? John gets a stakes win. Tyler gets his first stakes win. What more can you want?
Not much more. It was fantastic, and you got to look closely now at these services because there's John T. and John C. John T., of course, is Tyler, John's younger son, 87 buyer, and yeah, what a day. And Joe, by the way, was a jockey and a steward up at Charlestown way back in the day, and he's a good dude.
Well, here's more on Tyler's first stakes victory.
It was a great day. Just happy to be here, happy to have an opportunity like this. Owners gave me a shot, and Philly did all the running today.
How's it feel to be your first stakes win?
Feels great. I mean, every win's great at this point, but a stake race, I mean, it's what I dreamed for, and again, I got to thank the owners.
Trying to keep him from being emotional. It's very proud of him. He's done a great job with this filly. My dad's 88th birthday. My mom and dad are here to see their grandson win his first stake race. Couldn't be a better day.
I've watched him since the first time he got on a pony, and he's had a talent for whatever he did. That's galloping horses, and now as a trainer, and as you said, won his first stake, the best, absolutely the best.
And certainly our congratulations to Tyler. And Dick, with what he's accomplished so far very early in his career, looks like his future is pretty bright.
No, I think he's in a good spot, and obviously he's got a great teacher in his dad.
Well, let's get to our next break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing, awards to give out the Whitney.
Yes.
About the Whitney.
The PA Derby winner, front and center.
We'll be right back after this.
They're into the stretch in the Whitney. McKinsey Preservationist, Vino Rosso and Yoshida.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs, and billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. Have to give out those weekly awards brought to you by the Turning for Home program. Log on to their website at turningforhome.org. Dick, our jockey of the week, Roberto Rosado. We had 5 stakes here on Saturday. He won 2 of them.
There you go.
So he gets the nod as your jockey of the week, and I'm going to take some license today. We're going to have our owner of the week. Last Tuesday after we taped, Our man Jack Armstrong won the first 3 races on the program and then won another one later in the day. I don't know when I've ever seen an owner win 4 races on the same program. Jack Armstrong.
Yeah, I think Jack's making a little run for leading owner here in 2019.
A big day for our guy Jack Armstrong. Let's get up to Saratoga as we start race recap. It's the Grade 1 Whitney. The older handicap horse is at 9 furlongs for $100,000. Pennsylvania Derby winner McKinsey, the 4-5 favorite. And Dick, when you look at his PPs, he's only ever been worse than second once, and that was the Breeders' Cup Classic.
Yeah, he just wasn't ready, and Bob said he wasn't ready. He made a mistake bringing it. Believe it or not, this is a race Bob Baffert had not won until now, as McKenzie's just going to roll right by all these horses in a stretch and win comfortably. Keith Jones under Mike Smith with a 1-11 buyer.
$3.70 to win the Grade 1 test. The 3-year-old fillies at 7 furlongs, and they're betting Bellafina again. She's the 2-1 favorite for trader Simon Callahan. They were thinking a speed duel might develop, but it really didn't. Number 3, Covette for Brad Cox was 3-1. She ran big in the Miss Preakness, and Dick, she's going to come back with a big effort here.
Well, it was a kind of a speed duel, Keith, except they never came back. Serengeti Empress on the rail is going, Covfefe, or whatever you want to call her, is going, and they're just going to run around the track together and get a 98 buyer. Covfefe is going to finally go by really late. Beat Serengeti Empress. Bellafina, you need a search warrant for her. She's 8 3/4 lengths back. And she was the favorite again. It's amazing how many times they bet these.
$8.50 to win. Dick, Eye on Racing. They just had a big 3-year-old grass race, this new grass race up at Saratoga.
Saratoga Derby Invitational for $1 million a week before
the Arlington Million.
Well, the Secretariat's the one for 3-year-olds, but really, what are you doing? I mean, come on now. Can we have some coherence in this?
Well,
no, we cannot.
Up at Saratoga, it's the Grade 1 4-star Dave, and the Grade 2 Saratoga Special. We'll have that, of course, next week on Let's Go Racing. Time to our final break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing. We're going to take our August break and Dick's favorite race of the year.
Hambo.
He does know about it. We'll be back after this.
What does Chapman's 7 locations and 10 car brands mean to you? It means a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, many one-owner low mileage certified with miles of factory warranty remaining. Safety checked, meticulously detailed, and each come with a free CARFAX report so you can buy with complete confidence at any Chapman Auto store near you. Or shop online anytime at ChapmanPreowned.com.
If our emblem is not on your car or truck, you probably did pay too much.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. The final segment, News and Notes, brought to you by Pewter Stable. Log on to their website at pewterstable.com. Become an owner today. Trish Bowman with us, our man Bruce Casella, DeJoy, Keith Jones, and Dick. We're into our August break now. There's no live racing here until we get to the final Saturday, August 31st. We come back with a big Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, I'll say the first Monday of September, Labor Day, is Smarty Jones Day. The Smarty Jones, the Turf Monster, I mean, stakes races all day long. And Smarty's
going to be here himself. Yep, he'll be paraded during the day. Dick, your favorite race of the year.
This is no question.
The Hambletonian at the Meadowlands, Dick, $1 million race. Green Shoe is a huge favorite.
Didn't like him.
Didn't like him.
No.
He had some issues at the gate. Almost
like
broke
I
early.
never liked him.
Well, you didn't. No. You loved Forbidden Trade at
Always.
15
this
to 1.
This is my 20th straight Hambo winner.
Unbelievable. It looked like Green Shoe was going to blow by on the outside.
Chance.
Oh, no. Forbidden Trade digs in at 15 to 1. Bob McClure gets his first drive.
Dig in harness racing.
There you go.
I don't think so.
Our congratulations to the connections of Forbidden Trade winning harness racing's biggest event. That's going to wrap it up. And Dick, they can still come out and bet the simulcast.
They can.
Do it right here. And we'll see you next week on Let's Go Racing.